All right, guys. So I have something pretty special for you guys. So right now I'm in Marbella, Spain. I landed yesterday with my brother. Starting next week, we have the retreat, and everyone kind of like lands. We're going to be like 20 plus people. So I wanted to arrive a few days earlier so that I can rest, recover, and build and prepare for the retreat. So yeah, here we are. While we wait for everybody to come through, we're going to be spending a lot of time building a lot of materials. I'm going to be advancing with the Growth Creator Program since I still have a lot to build and release in that new offer. But today, I wanted to share with you guys amazing wins and transformations that we've been seeing from launching paid ads for our clients, right? For those who don't know, clientacquisition.io has primarily focused on building outbound prospecting infrastructures, right? So a lot of people, agencies, consultants, and coaches come to us, mainly those who offer growth to other companies. They come to us, we build their offer, right? Something that's higher ticket, 10K plus collected up front. And then we remove them from client acquisition. The reason why most people can't scale their companies is because they're still involved in their lead gen, in their appointment setting, and in their sales process. And the truth is, you're the main bottleneck of your company. It's not Facebook ad, it's not outreach on Facebook, it's not cold email. No, the reason why you can't scale is because you're still involved. And one of the things that I understood earlier on is that the fastest way to grow a company is to remove the founder from being involved in the thing that needs to happen consistently and at a higher volume, right? And 2-3 weeks ago, we started implementing ads because, again, I hired a new CMO who's now been helping our client acquisition, generate leads and appointments from ads. And now we're starting to implement it in the Growth Creator Program, as well as help our clients set up and launch ads, okay? So in this video, I quickly want to show you guys the wins and the transformations and why I believe that you should get on paid ads if you're ready for more growth, okay? So check this out. This is a client who generated 55 sales calls in just 4 days, guys, from $170 spent, right? So in this video, I want to walk you through how he was able to achieve this through the new mechanism we've been, implementing, which is, meta ads or whatever platforms that we will be starting eventually. But his name is Edgar. But before we kind of like go over the case studies, I want to show you guys, what will be the topic. So first things first, I want to go over the results. I want to go over why paid ads, why you should potentially think about launching paid ads, and the bonuses if you want to launch paid ads at the end. Okay, so stay till the end if you want more value. So this first client, his name is Edgar. He's the founder of NBS Digital, previously offering audience growth and leveraging content and distribution for solar companies, right? So he had primarily been, imagine a short form content agency, but for solar businesses, right? And I'll kind of like show you guys his before state by looking at the scorecard. So, his business was social media marketing agencies. We help businesses manage their social medias. This includes making content for them, design, short form content, reels, and copywriting. He was mainly going after solar companies struggling to maintain a good online presence, building solid social media platforms through expert graphic and design. He's going after the solar niche, and his revenue goal was 8K per month, which, he was starting out, and he actually joined ACB, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't join the GCP program. He joined ACB a few months ago, and his main bottleneck was getting meetings booked. He currently was only having 1 to 2 meetings per month. Isn't that crazy, guys? So with more meetings booked, I'm 100% confident that will help him grow. And when he joined first, we launched paid ad. We built him a VA team, right? And two weeks ago. So I think 2.5 weeks ago, he started dabbling with that. So we helped him set up ads, because what we started doing is, even if clients weren't necessarily in GCP, we started introducing the fact that we can kind of like to test how good the thing would work. We took a few clients who were in our other programs and we're like, hey, are you interested in launching ads? And we helped them launch ads, right? But before we did launch ads for him, one thing that or helped him launch ads, one thing that is super important is the fact that he implemented a completely new, different offer, right? I don't want you guys thinking that ads is the answer. It is not. If you don't have a good offer, guys, ads will not solve your problem. More attention will not get you out of struggling, right? So what he did is he looked at the growth thesis. He looked at my webinar. If you haven't checked out the webinar, it's literally, I'll leave a link. It's my last video that I uploaded, right? He looked at the whole growth thesis and he created a new offer, okay? And what he did was he upsold, so from the screenshot here, so essentially upsold the client he signed 10 days ago to the growth thesis that I presented in the webinar, 6K setup fee and plus 2K monthly retainer and 7% of sales that they get him, right? And this client has a 10K to 70K offer. This client was previously paying him $900 a month for content. Isn't that crazy, guys? From $900 a month to 6K setup fee upfront, plus 2K a month retainer and 7%, right? Now, how is this offer different from the $900 a month? Well, the growth thesis, for those who haven't seen it, I'll actually just show you guys real quick what it looks like. I'll open it, growth thesis. For those who haven't seen the growth thesis goes over a few things. It goes over how to go and help a client, a business. First of all, you actually help them improve their offer. You help them generate the attention, you own the attention, you educate the attention for them, and then you build conversion mechanisms, right? This is what the Growth Creator program is really about. It's like, how can you become invaluable for your niche? A lot of people will just focus on creating the content. A lot of people will just focus on running the ads for a business. A lot of people will just focus on being a closer for the business or being an appointment setter. That's not how you make a lot of money. The way you make a lot of money and the way you get a lot of money from the marketplace is you solve every single thing that would make this business ridiculously profitable and generating a lot of returns. If you haven't seen it, check out the video. It's on my YouTube. And if you want access to this Lucid chart, you can actually sign up in our private community, okay? But here's the thing. He built a new offer, so now he's actually a growth creator. He's not just someone who helps with content, right? And then he launched ads. This is what happened. 40 minutes after launching ads, he booked his first call after having spent only $7. So if you are in the solar niche and you become a growth creator and you go on ads, this is how easy it is to book calls. And I believe this was like a week and a half ago. He generated 58 leads, and 58 leads, from 58 leads, he generated 55 calls, which is insane. But what's even more insane is how much he was paying to get these calls. He's only paying like $2.92 to book a call, which is ridiculous. I've never seen this. And I don't necessarily say that you guys will get the same return, but it seems like the solar niche is really killing it, right? So that's the first case study. This is the first client, right? He went from 1 to 2 calls per day, as you guys may have seen, right? When he joined the program, he was only at 1-2 calls per month. And now he's booking 55 calls in like 4 days, which is ridiculous, right? Another case study is Keaton, who's the founder of localgrowth.io. He helps service providers. One second. I don't know why this is not zoomed in. Okay. So he helps service providers, construction companies with their marketing and lead generation. I'll kind of like show you guys what was his before state. So he was, helping these companies through SEO, ads, and outreach and branding. And his main struggle was his offer and outreach. And his desired goal was to hit 25K per month in 90 days. So now let's look at his new after state. Right? His new state. He booked 65 sales calls in less than 4 weeks, right? And this is the message he sent to my CMO. Yo, man, I don't want to keep blowing up the chat, but this shit is crazy, man. Can't thank you enough for sharing this info. I'm already booked with 5 calls just tomorrow alone, right? This is just the beginning. And here is also what's really beautiful is that if you look at here, he actually ended up closing. I forgot where he is, but he ended up closing. I'll find you guys the wins. 1 second. So if you guys look at this, he actually ended up recouping. He spent $150 on ads and generated 6K plus and rev share from his first calls that he booked. I'll try to find you guys the exact screenshot, but I'll try to see if it's this one. Yeah. So check this out. First morning that he ran ads, he generated 3 calls. And all the 3 calls that he actually generated, that he jumped on, he closed all of them. 2.2K per month retainer plus 2.5% rev share, right? And one of the prospect was about to do 5 million per month, which is pretty crazy. And all this was no triager, no person to actually book the lead into a call. The person just saw the ad, the offer that would help the client build, and booked the call. And he spent $150 to generate 6K in new revenue, in new retainer per month, plus rev share, right? That's the potential of paid ads in his niche, which is going after construction companies, right? Now, the next case study is the following. Lois, who's the founder of SAS Leader, so she's going after SaaS companies and she's offering them growth consulting. So she's like a growth creator, but for the SaaS niche. The before state was she was mainly relying on outbound prospecting to acquire leads and appointments. And there was slow growth, but she was still able to generate leads and appointments and close deals. As you guys can see, she's closing like 10K cash with like a 12-month agreement, right? So when you become a growth creator and when you solve every single thing that a business would every obstacle that a business would encounter when they're trying to scale, you can charge a lot of money you can sign big long-term agreements instead of just charging like, hey, let's work for 90 days and things like that. So she's signing like 50K, 64K deals for the year. But once she got on ads, things got a bit more exciting, right? So she launched ads, spent $370, right? 332 euros. And she got 4 qualified booked calls, right? If we look at her daily metrics, look at that. $38 euros spent, 6 leads. So that's $643 euro per lead, 12 clicks, and 2 calls booked. So cost per booked call was around $20. And these are qualified booked calls, right? Which is really sick. So now you go from having to spend time and energy to being able to just spend every $20 you spend, you get a booked call, right? This is another client who's been leveraging, who just launched ads recently. He's the founder, Ritik is the founder of Inbound Acquisition. He's from the UK. He was primarily relying on outbound prospecting with setters, and he built a new offer and launched ads. Spent £60 on ads. He booked his first call, and his first call actually turned into a closed call. Right? This was his feedback. His win. Had my first call from direct response ad and my first close from the ad itself. Small win, 750 cash collected, and then the rest in installments. But feels pretty good spending around 60 pounds on the ad to set a book call and collected this amount, right? So that means he essentially spent money, and the cost to actually acquire this lead in this meeting was liquidated from the client paying, which is really good with ads, right? Now, the main thing that I just showed you guys a bunch of wins, right? These are clients who literally went from nothing to something just because of spending a little bit of money on ads, right? Now, in order for you guys to understand why ads is super important, I need to kind of like simplify things, right? And even for my own self, because as someone who has spent a lot of time the last 2-3 years focusing primarily on outbound prospecting, I needed to change my perspective and my understanding in order to focus on paid ads, right? And I needed to kind of like bring myself to reason from first principles in order to avoid all the biases that come from someone who has made millions from outbound prospecting, right? And here it is. The main goal with prospecting, whether it be through ads or outbound, is to generate attention, right? To a mechanism, to an offer that can provide a desired outcome to a prospect faster and more effortlessly than they're currently doing it or know how to do it. So the point of outbound outreach or paid ads is to literally, hey, how can I put this thing that I know can get you the thing you want more in front of your face, in front of your eyes, so you're aware of a better way to get the thing you want in life, right? Now, how had we been primarily doing it in the last 2-3 years? We were mainly relying outbound prospecting with setters. Now, what are the pros of doing it this way? Pretty simple. It's cost effective and the investment is capped. You spend a little money and your investment is capped. Let's say if you hire a setter, when we place setters in companies, they're maybe costing them like $350 to $450 per month, right? These are VAs, and they do around 100 to 150 to 200 outreaches per day. Now, nowadays we place like 2 setters for each client, but for like $1,000 or less, you're getting like a lot of volume of outreach, right? Now, the cons of doing it this way is the following. You're spending energy. So the energy expenditure building the outbound infrastructure, by the way, when you work with us, you don't actually need to do anything. It's just like, it's mainly the management, right? So you do kind of like have to manage the team. You have to get on a quick 15-minute call daily, which is a lot less than if you were actually doing outreach yourself, or if you were actually working with someone who doesn't know what to do. So we kind of like take care of a lot of the build out and the placement, but there's still, some level of energy that you need to spend to manage the whole thing, right? And then the next thing is spending time. Time expenditure, building out the infrastructure and management is higher, but also the time it takes to experience the desired outcome is longer. So when you're doing outbound prospecting, something you have to understand is that it takes a longer to dial things in because it's a human doing a lot of the work, right? So the time from starting to experiencing desired outcome is longer, right? Now, when you're leveraging paid ads to acquire attention, which is leads and appointments, here are the pros. You spend less energy, so it's less energy required to set all the variables together, to implement on a strategy and to manage a system. Literally, when you're managing the system, it's a matter of clicking buttons, right? And then the second pro is less time needed to set things up and manage a system, and most importantly, to experience the desired outcome. So I'm sure you guys have seen, but like if we look at this one, Edgar, when he launched ads, it took him 40 minutes to book his first call, right? That's the difference between outbound prospecting and paid ads. Ads give you the thing, you just have to spend the right amount of money and you get the outcome that you want right there and then, as fast as the machine will give you the outcome, of course, right? And that's the advantage, that's the pro of leveraging paid ads, right? Is less time needed to actually experience the thing that you want to experience, right? Now, what is the disadvantage? The disadvantage is that it's capital. You become a capital allocator, right? Ads require you to become comfortable investing more money until you've unlocked the right variables, right? Because when you're spending on ads, if you don't have the support that let's say we give you, or if you don't have access to clientacquisition.io, a company that has a lot of data on a lot of acquisition strategies, well, you're going to need to understand that you're going to need to spend money to find the right offer, to find the right targeting, to find the right conversion mechanism and the right sales process to help you generate consistently the desired outcome, which is lead and appointments, right? So that's the only disadvantage of ads, is that you need to be willing to spend more money to figure things out, okay? Most people will complicate the whole choice between ads or outbound, making it seem like one is better than the other. But the truth is, it all depends on your current situation. If you're broke, meaning you have access to no capital, but you have your time and energy rich, meaning you have a lot of time and energy, then outbound prospecting may be the best for you, since the cost to run this process is something you have in abundance. If you have time and energy, you can do the outbound prospecting, okay? Now, if you're making money, I would say over $5,000 in profit every single month, then ads may be more appealing for you, because at this stage you can afford leverage. Instead of trading your time and energy, which is the thing you don't have, which time is the thing you will never get more of, right? And energy is super important, but I'll talk about that in another video. You stop trading this, okay? So you can trade capital to acquire the thing that you want the most, which is leads and appointments. And you become someone like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett does not trade his time and energy to get what he wants. He just trades his billions to access more vehicles that can compound his money faster than he can with his time and money, okay? And the truth is, leverage is the true measure of success. The difference between you, me, and Jeff Bezos is the amount of leverage that we have. If you look at Bezos, he has code working for him, he has media working for him, he has capital, a lot of capital, and a lot of people working for him, okay? And that's how he was able to build $1 billion a day in revenue company. You don't achieve $1 billion a day without leverage. Let me just tell you this. Leverage is the only thing that will dictate how successful you become in your life. It's not how smart you are. It's not even about you. To be honest, it has nothing to do with you. It has all to do with how good you are at identifying opportunities and the right strategy and the right leverage that you need to acquire to see success faster, right? I'm sure you guys have now heard of it enough, but there are 4 main forms of leverage, sources of leverage. There's code, media, capital, and people, which is I just said, but not all leverage is created equal. The first 2 forms of leverage are infinitely more attractive to investors and business builders due to the nature of doing it once and letting it feed you forever. Code, you code once, right? You build something like ChatGPT once. You build Loom once, right? Loom that I'm using. You build Google Doc maybe once. You build, I make this video once, right? Media. I'll make this video once, but it will be seen by potentially thousands of people, and it's only going to take me maybe 15 minutes to make it, right? These are the only 2 forms of leverage that have the level, the how can I say it? The ROI on leveraging code and media is ridiculously good. It's better than capital, it's better than people, right? That's why most of the wealth created today will be coming from mainly these 2 forms of leverage, right? And that's why every capital allocator in the world of venture capital is throwing millions, tens of billions, hundreds of millions, even billions acquiring or investing in AI startups, right? The value in AI isn't AI itself, because most of what AI can do has already been figured out by humans. As an example, ChatGPT. The reason why ChatGPT, I think Microsoft invested like a bunch of billions of dollars, like in OpenAI. The reason why Microsoft made sense of allocating that much capital is not because ChatGPT has some new discoveries around information. No, it's the fact that the value, actually, I'll just keep reading this, is that, ChatGPT is not doing something that we don't know yet. It's not giving us information that we don't have access to yet. The value is in the fact that the value of ChatGPT is the fact that humans won't have to expend energy and time getting what they want. Literally, guys, like all value is how can you give someone the thing that they want, okay? And keep them from expending energy and time. That's how that's how all value creation is. It's I'm giving you the thing you want. Even with me making this video, I'm giving you the thing you need to know without you having to go through all the learnings, all the things that you would have to do to actually acquire this lesson, right? And that's why you may find this video helpful. That's why I'm having to go through explaining to you forms of leverage and the importance of value creation, because I'm sure you already know that ads is good. But why haven't you taken action? Because maybe you haven't necessarily had that thing click on understanding why ads can be better for you. So I'm going a step further than just showing you the case studies that we just had with clients. And I actually want to help you also gain clarity on the understanding of why ads is important, right? That's the difference between people who just tell you a bunch of bullshit on YouTube and people who are actually trying to help you think better and gain clarity on what you need to know, okay? So AI or any type of tool is just meant to get humans to stop expending energy and time to get what they want. And that's why it's super valuable, right? So our goal with the Growth Creator program is to help you access this leverage by introducing paid ads as a mechanism, okay? But most importantly, you'll also get to use what we're helping you do. You'll do it for your clients, which is super amazing, right? So if you have the following or are open to having the following, I'd like to offer you the ability to be part of our beta ad setup and launch offer, which is something we're launching in GCP. So you need to have urgency. You need to be done wasting energy and time to get what you want. Instead, you want instant results and faster feedback. Okay? The next thing is you need to have a budget. You have access to 1.5K or more to allocate to your client acquisition, which is lead gen and appointment setting every single month. If you don't have this budget, it may not be for you. Then you probably are in a position where you have more time and energy. So if I was probably working with you, I would probably build you an outbound team that you pay $3 an hour, and then your investment is capped every month. So you're comfortable slowly getting your first wins. But as soon as you get your first wins, I recommend you go pour it into ads, right? And you need to be someone who's helping others grow. So you need to be a growth creator. You can't just be someone who's like, hey, I either coach people into like becoming singers or help people do this. No, like you need to be delivering results and ROI to companies and people, right? And you need to be ready to allow client acquisition.io to build you an offer that will make paid ads profitable. If you're not charging $10,000 plus upfront or guaranteed revenue from a client, then paid ads is not going to work out. If you're someone who's like, hey, I charge $2,000 per month, it's a retainer, you pay me monthly, hell no, we're not going to do none of that, because you can literally go spend $2,000 on ads and not even acquire your first client. Then we don't want to put you in that situation. So instead, what we want is we want to have a high ticket offer so that we can allow ourselves to spend more money than our competition. And then once we close a deal, we acquire a lot of money up front, and it liquidates the cost to spend on ads. So you're always profitable. You're kind of like using your client finances the ads that you spent. But you cannot do this client financing if your ticket is not high enough, right? So if you're currently interested in having ads launch, please, use the link below, and then I'll put this link in below this video, and then you can access it. We will only be taking on 5 businesses on this new mechanism as part of our beta before we, of course, launch it across. We'll build a whole infrastructure. We'll build a whole team to help you launch these ads and manage them, right? So by the time you watch this, we have already also sent a few emails to our team. We have to our list, so we're getting a lot of people book calls for paid ads. Funny enough, I didn't know many people were actually interested in ads, but from the calls that we've been booking from emails, it seems like people are interested in it. So yeah, right now we're only taking on 5 people. So you have, I believe, until July 28th, which is where I put it here. You're going to see at the bottom, but we're also going to be doing some bonuses. So my CMO will personally help you set up and launch your ads on a one-on-one call. You'll have a private channel with me, the systems team, the growth consulting team, and the appointment setting team that builds the recruits, trains, and places setters in your company. So this is what it will look like when you access it. You'll have all this team, systems, growth consultant, sales experts, VA team, client success. You'll have the ability to get $3 an hour setters placed in your company. Of course, if you have heard about the new GCP offer, you actually get to leverage our own internal pool of candidates to place in your own clients' companies, right? And you'll also get triager SOPs and hiring scorecards. So we'll help you build a team of triagers and show you how do we hire them and keep them accountable. And you'll also access our internal paid ads CRM and funnels and all the pipelines, so you can actually manage all the leads that come in. This offer is available till July 28th. So if you want to access it, all you have to do is use this link below and just come get instant wins, right? I think the main thing you have to understand is that these business owners, these founders, are not necessarily people who are like killing it or making a bunch of money. No, these are people who are like, you know what? I'm willing to invest capital instead of investing my time. I want to see success today and not tomorrow, right? So we're kind of like looking for more documentation of proof that we can actually consistently generate this. So that's why we're trying to launch a beta group. So if you're interested in paid ads, and maybe you're doing content and you're trying to get people into, maybe you're doing appointment setting, maybe you're a growth consultant in the SaaS niche, maybe you are someone who's targeting local businesses, right? Paid ads is working really well for local companies. So people who are targeting local businesses, so like solar or construction companies, contractors, then this is probably the thing that you need. Okay, so if you want to be part of the first 5 people that we do this for, then please use the link below and speak with my team. Okay, let's get everyone to become a capital allocator, and let's touch a few Billy, like Bezos or Buffett. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.